everyone, welcome to Rob's Repairs. Today I got a good one for you. You guessed it. Going to be putting a new seal on the taillight. Now, I finally figured out how I'm going to do it. It took me a while. Looked on YouTube for some videos. No go. Basically, the seal has to sit inside of this ridge, if you can picture that. Now the only way that the taillight's going to fit inside of that ridge is if there's some sort of a gap here, and the way the rubber sits on here, it's hard to do with one hand, sorry about that. You can see that the rubber basically needs to be sitting out like that, but it's not, and you can't glue it on to make it sit out like that. But like I say, I looked on YouTube. It took me a while to pull the trigger on this, and I did a lot of thinking, but I'll show you what it looks like. If I glued the rubber on just like this, it's gonna leak, I'll guarantee it. So I'm gonna set the taillight in here just as a mock-up. Now if you can see how the rubber has to go inside of that channel, and it's not doing it. I'll show you what the taillight should look like with the rubber off it. Well, this is just a one-hander now, so bear with me. Okay, I got the rubber off the taillight now, but that's how the taillight should basically, it should sit inside of there, and the rubber should be on the the inside of that ridge. That's how it should be. That's how it should seal. Well, from the factory, I guarantee it didn't seal, because every one of these things leaked. So, like I say, I looked on YouTube, couldn't figure it out on YouTube. Thought about it for a while, and this is what I came up with. I have not pulled the trigger yet, but so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this, basically it's a weed whacker line. I got it sitting in there, I got it taped in there, as you can see, and it's basically holding the rubber out. So when I put the taillight in, the rubber's going to fit inside of this gap. And what I'm going to, that's the only way I can figure it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, now looking at this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue it in here inside of this channel, and that should be, and then maybe a little bit right in here, because that's how it was, when I cleaned it. I cleaned the living crap out of this thing. So just a little bit, and then if anything oozes out, I'll clean it real quick, and then I'll put the trimmer line in, I'll tape it, and I'll let it sit overnight. So I'm gonna do both of them. I'm gonna use my go-to stuff. I like this stuff. It'll stick to pretty much anything, and it'll still have a little ply to it. Now the old gaskets are right here, and I believe this is factory, but from the factory I don't know what they used. It's kind of pliable, but it's all I gotta say is I'm sure it leaked, because you can see rust on the rubber. So Ford didn't have it going on, that's for sure. I'm still leery about it leaking, because I'm thinking water is going to get in between this plastic lens and this outer chrome piece, and it's going to come inside of there, and it's going to come out these holes. Now, if I have it sealed, let's just say if I put the sealer right in here, and then I put a little bit right here, maybe I'll cover these holes, because I don't like them holes, because if it's not sealed here, it might get in between the rubber and inside the trunk. So I think these taillights are a joke. They had this sealed off, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little sealer in here to make sure. Like I said, I'm going to put a good bead around here. I'm going to set the rubber in there. I'm going to put a little bit right here, just a finger in here, and then I'm going to make it look like this. And first I'm going to clean the rubber up good before I do it, but that's about the only thing I can think of, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that, and I'll show you what the finished product is, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but I'm pretty sure it will. And we'll go ahead and install the taillights. But yeah, I've been sitting here thinking about putting the taillights in this damn thing for a week, and I just knew that it was going to leak if I didn't do it right. So I want to do it right, I want to make it right, and I want to bring you guys along for the ride. Like I say, there's no videos out there showing you how to put these rubbers on. Yeah, they got freaking idiots out there just doing it, and they don't show you jack, and they're not really working with these taillights, because these are different. These aren't your regular taillights. So I'm going to go ahead and get this done, and then I'll tune back in. Okay, I haven't pulled the trigger yet. What I ended up doing is I poured some water on this one inside of here to see if it was going to come out that little drain hole. So this chrome piece must be sealed really good to the lens, because no water came out. That's kind of what I was worried about, because if water came out of this drain hole, then that could get inside the car. So that worried me a bit, so I did a test. So let's go ahead and we'll glue this piece on quick. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is hit or miss. I'm just going to do one. And if this doesn't work, then I don't have to clean both, you know. But this is already pretty clean on the back side of it, so we're good there. Throw on some gloves, because I guarantee you I'm going to get that stuff everywhere, or on my hands, and I don't want to get it everywhere. So okay, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm not going to put a whole lot on, because it's going to ooze out. So I'm using the right stuff, and that's what I'm using. They got other stuff you could use, but I got good faith in this. Probably putting a 1/4 inch bead. I don't know if you can see that going on there, but don't have a cameraman. I don't want it to ooze out, but I know it's going to. That's okay. I'll clean it. Now the stuff that was on here was hard, and it was a little pliable, but it was pretty, you know, it wasn't good like this stuff is. Well, this is just thinking out of the box here. I mean, I don't know. All I know is Ford didn't do a good job because they leaked. So, yeah. I kind of wanted to put a little thumb in there too, so I'm going to go ahead and because this is going to hold the rubber to the lens, or to the light. So let's see. Oh, hit the camera there. Hopefully I'm gonna make a big mess here, but you know I'm probably going to. It's gonna ooze out. I'm gonna go ahead and leave those holes open. I kind of got a feeling there for moisture. And they maybe fog up or something crazy like that. So I'll leave them open because they're not going to get in the car anyway. If it did leak there. Oh boy, this stuff is messy. Recommend wearing gloves, people. Okay, it's probably gonna be messy. So I'm gonna leave these holes open because they're gonna be, water's not getting in there, so it should be okay. So yeah, here goes nothing. Here goes nothing. It's gonna set her on the bottom. Oh shit, my fingers got in it. And slide it over. Come on, come on, come on. This is where two hands would come in handy. Oh yeah, not bad, not bad. Not bad. I'm just gonna go ahead and replace the gloves. I ain't got all day to clean them. So yeah, we got a little bit going. So we gotta do some cleaning quick. Gotta push it down. This stuff doesn't dry, so there's plenty of work time. So I'm just gonna push it in, let it ooze out, get the dirty work out of the way. Obviously it only goes in so far there. So yeah, she oozed out. Now I do have an acid brush, so I'm probably just gonna take and use the acid brush instead of using my hand, and we'll just clean off the ooze. Didn't ooze too much on top. Just remember, the only thing that's going to seal is right here. Okay, so we're good there. Now I'm going to clean up around there. This stuff cleans up pretty easy. I could use some adhesive. If I can't get it this way, but unfortunately, god dang it, it's gonna be nasty. Well, maybe not, maybe not. The trick to this stuff is use a lot of whatevers. Don't just, if it gets on there, throw it away. Get another piece. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't put too much on there because it's not oozing out like I thought it was gonna. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I just wanted it to kind of, the rubber to stick to the side, because okay, I like it pretty good. Well, except for that. Might as well use my glove now. Alright. Yeah, you'll end up spending more time trying to clean than anything. So now I'm going to put that ribbon in there and tape it down. Because as you can see, the rubber's all out of whack. But with the ribbon in, see how it's too tight, fat, too tight, fat. So you gotta tape it in there. That's what we're gonna do. Then I'm gonna let it sit for a day. out in the sun. Just this taillight. Not doing the other one. I can see where that kind of oozed out right here, a titch. I want to clean it right in here. Okay, not bad. Like I say, discard it. Toilet paper, man. Shit works. I use a lot of toilet paper if I need to. Just get it off of that chrome so you don't have to clean it. Okay, looks good. So now I'm going to take the ribbon out of this. Take the ribbon out of this and stick it in there quick. Yeah, these taillights were freaking white. I painted them black. Sandblasted them quick so they had heat, so I get adhesion, and just dusted some flat chassis black on them. Tape and rubber gloves don't go good. Okay, so yeah, this is a two-piece deal. I don't know if you can see it, but this is the only way I could see it working. Now, if you got a better way, I wish you would have made a video, because I can't think of no other way to do this. No other way. I just I don't want that piece to sit in, to get glued down in there, but I have to pull it out of there. We got some adhesion on there and do some cleaning, but you won't see it, Looks like it got a little spooge in there, so yeah, so looks like I can't tape it now with the rubber gloves. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some tape on it and call it good. Ah, shit. Okay. And I recommend going from the taillight to the chrome. From the taillight to the chrome and pull it tight. Taillight to the chrome. You can kind of see it just pulled in really nice. I got a little spooge. This is messy. This is gonna, it could be a lot messier if you're not careful. So I'm gonna tape this down from the taillight to the chrome. Okay, it's been 24 hours since I sealed it, so let's go ahead and take this tape off and see if this works. Hopefully it does. I'm hoping and praying that this will take care of the problem. Brand new seals, don't want them to leak. I know from the factory they leaked, so let's hope that we do a better job. So they're in there. Whoa, sweet. It's got that gap all the way around like we were talking about that I was looking for. A little bit oozed out, and that's pretty much to be expected, but that's okay. A little bit right there. I might see if I can clean that out of there. See, I got a little bit of oozed out right there. Yeah, that's actually, that ain't bad. So I'm gonna clean that up with a razor blade quick. Here, let's put you back down there. Yeah, like I say, nobody has a video on this, so I had to make one. Rob's Repairs, we do everything here. You need it done, I could probably do it. Just cleaning this urethane out. Just a little spot in there, not a big deal. You gotta expect a little bit of oozing. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now, that's what we wanted. Nice gap all the way around. Let's just put it in the hole and see see if it's gonna work. I'm not sure what side this is. Well, let's see if it fits in this hole. Perfect. That's exactly what we were looking for. The rubber's got to be on the other side of that flange. And according to what I see here, it is. I'm going to have to do a little cleanup before I put the taillight in. I see there's a little bit there. I'm going to do some cleanup here. That's to be expected. This stuff comes off pretty easy. It's almost off right now. So anyway, as you can see, there's a nice gap all the way around it. And that's what you want to get these to seal up. So now the next step is to probably put a bead, a finger bead around the rubber before I put the taillight in, and then put taillight in, and it'll seal back in here. And that's what you want. You want it to seal. So if you guys like what you see, please like, subscribe to the channel, share, comment. You got any suggestions? Maybe you got something maybe you got a better idea than what I had. But yeah, please subscribe to the channel. It's gonna help me grow. But okay, this one's glued, and this is what it looks like, obviously, when it's not glued. So without this channel in there, when you glue the rubber on, it's not going to give it what you need. So you got to have some spacer in there when you glue it. So that was a good idea. I thought of it. I didn't see it anywhere on YouTube. I had to figure it out for myself. So totally appreciate you guys watching. Please like, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next video. I hope you guys are doing good. Thanks again for watching.